So this is going to build on more skills of elaboration about the animal and plant cell. So some more ideas for you that you can build on this is that if we're talking about the vacuole here, it's filled with cell sap, and that's got a lot to do with osmosis because water moves in and out of here. So osmosis is the idea that water moves from a low concentration to a high concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, and that's what happens in this case. Water can move into the vacuole and then the cell can become turgid. Osmosis is a form of particles moving, so other forms of this are diffusion and active transport. So maybe as part of my elaboration, I might want to compare osmosis to other things. So you could then ask your friend, so how does osmosis differ to diffusion, and how is osmosis different to active transport, and really getting those comparisons, similarities, the differences out, because that's where the connections happen, that's where the learning takes place. You might want to mention the mitochondria. So mitochondria is where the aerobic respiration happens, and we know aerobic respiration is oxygen add glucose forms carbon dioxide and water. So then you can link in again this idea of oxygen and carbon dioxide and link it into the idea of diffusion that you've got going on down here. You can talk about glucose diffusing in the small intestine, the oxygen and carbon dioxide diffusing in the alveoli. You can link in this idea from the chloroplasts of photosynthesis in the chloroplasts, and the fact that oxygen and carbon dioxide need to diffuse in and out of the leaf through the stomata to allow photosynthesis to happen. So really the point of what I wanted to show you is that from knowing about cells, knowing the parts of the cell and what they do, it's really a springboard for everything else in biology, of creating all the connections between all the ideas that we cover. So you need to practice using retrieval, the animal and the plant cells, and then practice with your friends, asking each other questions about why this happens, how this happens, comparing different ideas, and linking as much as you can together so you've got as many similarities and differences there, and that'll be really useful for your revision.